The American economy is currently facing a major challenge, but not the kind you might expect. This isn't a world war or even a trade dispute. What we're experiencing is a growing battle for control over global oil markets. It's quiet, it's complex, and it's already starting to affect your wallet from the gas pump to your investment portfolio. In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you in 5 simple parts. 1. What's the deal with OPEC vs US shale oil? 2. What's happening right now in the oil markets? 3. Why this matters beyond just oil, because oil equals power. 4. The hidden risks and long-term consequences of this economic showdown. 5. How it impacts you directly, and where you might find opportunity. Let's dive in. Part 1. OPEC vs US Shale. What you need to know. OPEC stands for the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. It's made up of some of the world's largest oil-producing nations. Think Saudi Arabia, Russia, and others who work together to manage how much oil they produce in order to control prices. On the other side, we have US shale oil producers. These are American companies using a process called fracking to extract oil from deep underground rock formations. Over the past decade, this innovation has made the US a serious player in the global oil game. And here's the kicker: OPEC doesn't like competition. The more oil the US produces, the less power OPEC has to set prices, and they're not taking it lightly. Part 2. What's happening right now? Recently, OPEC has been ramping up production, but why would they pump more oil into the market? Especially if that drives prices down. It's all about supply and demand. When supply increases and demand stays flat, prices tend to fall. That's exactly what's happening, and it's strategic. It's similar to what Uber did when it entered the transportation market, offering cheap rides to gain market share and push traditional taxis out of business. OPEC's goal? Push oil prices so low that many US shale companies can't afford to stay in business. US shale is expensive to produce, and with oil prices dropping, it's becoming harder for American producers to make a profit. According to reports, we're already seeing rig shutdowns, layoffs, and cutbacks in drilling activity across the US oil industry. The economic pain is real and growing. Part 3. Why oil equals power. Here's where it gets deeper. This isn't just about profits, it's about influence. Oil is a core ingredient of any modern economy. From transportation to manufacturing, almost every industry depends on it. That means whoever controls oil has a strong grip on global economic stability and political leverage. Countries like Saudi Arabia and Russia know this. By undercutting American producers and increasing their market share, they gain more power in international affairs. And we've seen this play out before, like when Russia restricted energy exports to Europe, leading to major blackouts and energy crises. This is economic warfare, and it affects everything from gas prices and inflation to the stock market and employment. Part 4. The risks and the big picture. American shale companies typically need oil prices to stay between $60–70 per barrel just to break even. But recently, prices have dropped below that level, forcing some producers to operate at a loss or shut down entirely. OPEC nations aren't immune either. For example, Saudi Arabia reportedly needs prices around $80 per barrel to fund their national budget, and Russia needs about $70 to avoid deficits. So while they're hurting US producers, they're also feeling the pressure themselves. But there's a key difference. Many OPEC countries have state-backed oil companies that can absorb losses longer than private US firms. That gives them more flexibility to wage this price war. To make things worse, global oil demand is also softening, partially due to trade tensions and growing interest in renewable energy. If demand keeps slipping while supply increases, the financial impact could be far more severe for everyone. Part 5. How this impacts you and where to look for opportunity. You can't change the geopolitical landscape, but you can make smart money decisions. Here's the deal: US shale companies are likely to face tough times. If oil stays cheap, but that also creates potential buying opportunities for long-term investors, assuming you do your research and choose strong companies that can survive the downturn. Think of this like an economic reset. Some companies will fall, others will adapt and emerge stronger. That said, not everyone should be picking individual stocks. For most people, broad-based investing through ETFs or index funds is a smarter, safer path. It's all about consistency. I like to call it ABB, always be buying, especially during market dips. But if you're someone who's looking to be more active or spot trends early, start thinking like an investor. Understand the market shifts. Follow where capital is flowing. That's how smart investors position themselves ahead of the curve. Final thoughts. So what happens next? Will OPEC keep flooding the market with oil to crush US competitors? Or will they pull back, letting prices rise again, giving US producers a break? No one knows for sure, but the tug-of-war between profit and power is far from over. The real question is, how prepared are you to navigate what comes next? If you want help staying up to speed with the economy, energy markets, and investment trends, check out Market Briefs, our free daily newsletter. It breaks down complex topics like this in a fun and easy-to-digest way. And if you're looking for more in-depth analysis, we also offer Briefs Pro for more active investors. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think OPEC's strategy will work? Or will US producers find a way to fight back? Drop your ideas in the comments below. I'm reading every one.